Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing 14 tips to make 2021 your year. If you're watching this video, we survived 2020. Give yourself a pat on the back for that. That was an insane year for everyone. So give yourself a pat on the back. But today we are going, we survived that, and it's now time to make plans and make 2021 the best year possible. Come back up from that horrible time that we just had and just do things differently this year and really take our lives back into our control and really just make the most of it. Like, you have all these things that didn't happen last year. Now is the time to get things done and make things happen. So this video very much is going to be geared towards goals and New Year resolutions, just because it's January and that's kind of the time we're at right now, and like a lot of people are in that setting or that mode where they're trying to make all these goals. And I'm hoping these 14 tips really help you motivate yourself to actually get things done this year and really make it your year. If you already wrote your goals and you maybe want to revise them, or if you want to just write, or if you haven't wrote them yet, it's okay. Get a piece of paper and a pen and write down these tips, or come back to this video if you need to and just take what I'm saying into account. Goal number 1, write goals that motivate you and excite you. Use positive wording. Positivity, whether it being your words and your thinking, what you read, how you look into the world, is very powerful for how you actually, get the motivation to do things. So when you're writing your goals, make sure you use positive wording. Don't write, I want to lose 10 pounds. Write more so, I want to change into a healthy lifestyle. I'd like to get down to such and such weight, yada yada yada. So it's you mean the same things, but you're using more positive wording so that you can better get into a better mindset to actually achieve those goals. Tip number 2 is be specific. How you write things is so important, because if you're not specific enough, how do you know when you've achieved the goal? If your goal is to lose weight, I could lose half a pound tomorrow just by not eating, and I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy with those results. So make sure you be specific with your goal writing so that you actually know when you've achieved that goal. Tip 3 that I have for you guys is to make it measurable. So you want a goal that is specific. You want it something positive. You want to make your goals measurable. Your goal is initially read more books. Well, that doesn't help you. That's not very specific. So what if you make your goal to read 3 books a month or something like that? That wouldn't be realistic for me, but let's go with that. Say you, instead of saying you just want to read more books throughout the year, you make it so that you want to read 1 book a week or one book a month, just so that it's something you can keep track of. And I know especially with weight, it can be very tricky. Like, you have a big goal, like say you want to lose this much weight in order to help your health, to help your overall happiness, stuff like that. So it's very helpful to have a number. You don't want to focus too hard on the numbers because numbers can be very cruel to you, but it needs to be, to a certain degree, it needs to have it, just because it helps you actually be able to look and be like, oh, I've achieved this much, oh, I've achieved that much. And also what kind of goes with that is to use mini milestones. So every time you say your goal is to lose 50 pounds, every time you hit 10 pounds, reward yourself. Do something you enjoy. Go zip lining or something. Do some activity that helps with your goal, but also is a reward because you have achieved that, and you should be proud of what each little step you take. You should be very happy and very proud of that accomplishment, and having a goal that is measurable enables you to do that. My number 4 goal is to make it a attainable goal. I want you to be challenged by your goal, but you need to make sure it's realistic. So like the book example, for instance. So in the past year, I've maybe read 1 or 2 books. I would like to read more books. Instead of saying I want to read 4 books a month, that's not gonna happen. I work 2 jobs. I'm jumping all over the place between my house and my boyfriend's house. It's not realistic for me. So for me, doing 1 book a month, that would be realistic, because it does challenge me, because in the past I haven't been able to do that, but it's also realistic. I can do that. I can set aside a couple hours here and there in order to read my book each month. My number 5 goal would be to make it something relevant. And no, I don't mean something trendy or something that's going to make you popular. with relevant, you need to make sure it's something that helps with your overall goal. So you probably have goals that are like in 5 years, in 10 years, 20 years, to all these like long-term goals. You need to make sure whatever the goal is, it's relevant towards that. It like helps you get towards that. And this one isn't as super like important, I would say, but it does need like it shouldn't be totally off the wall. I would like to travel more. I would like to get married and have a house in the next couple of years. I would, even further from that, I would like to have kids in a couple of years. Learning how to pole dance would not help me with any of those goals. Not at all. Maybe in very rare, very weird circumstances it would. But that's kind of a silly goal, like something, it's kind of silly to achieve that goal when it doesn't help you towards your overall goals. So it's important to come up with goals that actually work you towards where you want to be in a couple of years, because achieving things that aren't related don't do you as much good. Why is there noise outside? My 6th tip for goal writing and goal setting and making 2021 your year is to come up with goals or things that you want to achieve that have a due date. Making a timely component of your goal is so important, because yes, a New Year resolution, you have 365 days to do it, but that gives you some room to push things off. Like, it's not the best, but I would set shorter due dates. So say, for instance, if I wanted to if I wanted to lose a certain amount of weight this year, I'm trying to get more fit, trying to get more toned, etc. What if I set the goal that I want to lose 20 pounds by April, and then I want to be able to do 30 push-ups by July? Like, setting timely goals, setting due dates really helps, because you're like, oh crap, I gotta get it done. Oh crap, I gotta get it done. Otherwise, you're gonna keep procrastinating, and it's gonna be December, and you're gonna be like, crap, I can't get fit in the middle of all this holiday food. I can't do that. So yes, you need to come up with due dates, come up with things that help you move along, and like the mini milestones things before, like come up with things that help you get things done. And just overall, when it comes to goal writing, make sure you have a due date. Otherwise, when are you gonna get it done? All right, so my 7th tip is going to be, don't set too many goals. You do not want to overwhelm yourself. Yes, you want to set mini milestones and things like that, but that's related all to one goal. You want to set only maybe 1 or 2 goals at a time, maybe 3 at the max, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You don't want to stress yourself out trying to achieve so many things at once, because you're probably going to school, or you're going to work, or you're doing multiple things at once a lot of times. So setting too many goals will really overwhelm you and make it more difficult to achieve any of them. So I recommend only setting 1, 2, 3 goals max at a time, just so that you can focus on those while doing your day-to-day life, so that you can, be productive and actually get things done. And then once you achieve those, then add more in, like do other things. But keep on, keep working towards those long-term goals, and then, keep doing what you can to make this your year. All right, tip number 8 that I have for you guys is to tell a friend. You would be surprised how many people actually have similar goals, or maybe they just have goals in general. Having the accountability piece, having someone you can rely on to be like, hey, where are you at with that? Have you done this? Have you done that? Like, get it together. Having a friend that can do that for you is so important for you, like having some accountability and just having someone like pushing you to get things done, so that you can achieve, like when you have not so good days, having someone that can be like, oh, it's okay, you got this, you can do it, go do that thing to help with your goal. So having someone that's involved, and also a lot of times you'll find that maybe they have similar goals, so maybe you can help each other with those goals, do certain activities. Like if you both want to lose weight, maybe you can go work out together. So having that person that can like work with you through it, and even if your goals aren't the same, say I want to read more books and you want to do that, maybe once a week you check in on each other and be like, hey, have you done it? Like having that accountability piece is so important in order to, get things done. We're doing stuff in 2021. It's going to be a good year. My tip number 9 for you guys is to write it down or make a visual. With that visual and with you writing it down, you need to put it somewhere where you see it, whether that be your bathroom mirror, on your car, like put it on your dashboard, or if you want to take it to work and put it on your computer. If you have any, put it on your home, like on your home screen, write it down, make a visual, put it anywhere you can. Have you ever heard of the saying, out of sight, out of mind? If you don't see it, you forget about it. You don't think about it. The more you ingrain yourself to keep looking at the goal, the more you're gonna like train yourself to be actively working towards that goal. So if your goal is to drink more water, having little water signs all around you is gonna encourage you, oh, drink more water, drink, drink, drink. Instead of you getting to work, why are we knocking? Getting to work and suddenly 3 hours pass by and you haven't drank any water. Having visuals around you, having things to remind you to keep working towards your goals really helps and enables you to really like step up your game a little bit to actually get things done a little bit better. The next 2 tips I have for you guys, I believe they can be a little bit more complicated, so they're very much related, but number 10 is to research and number 11 is to make a strategy. So both of these kind of go hand in hand. You want to, for more complicated goals, you want to try to look out and see how people have achieved this goal, whether you want to write a book, research and figure out how people get into that mindset, how people like set up their workspace, do different things, really figure out how people have achieved that goal in the past and ways you can do so realistically. Figure out how people have done it, have that research, have that like knowledge in your mind so that you know how you can achieve your goal. And then from that, you get your strategy. You figure out how you can do A, B, C, what you need to do, and then you can kind of place those within your milestones. Like all this stuff kind of links together. I very much like it when things do that. Doing that research and then setting up that strategy really helps you, because it's one thing to go into it like, oh, I'm gonna do that. Do you know how? Like it can be so like you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Breaking it down, doing your research, knowing exactly what you need to do to achieve each little point, that really helps. So that's what I recommend for tip number 10 and 11, research and then make a strategy. Number 12 is to realize that you're a human. Don't take it too hard on yourself. Some days are going to be better. Some days are going to be worse. Some days you're not going to want to get out of bed to run that mile. Some days you're not going to, want to play with that recipe or pick up your book if your goal is to read more books. Some days are going to be harder. You got to realize it and like try to fight through it, but realize that you're a human. It's okay to have slip ups. Just get back on that bicycle and keep on going. One thing that can really help with that is to schedule cheat days. Schedule days that you don't have to push yourself so hard. Maybe you have like a rest day, or have a day where you're just not working on the goal. You're not doing anything to hurt yourself from the goal, but you're like kind of giving yourself a mental relax day from achieving it so that you can, give yourself a little bit of a break and then get back into it the next day. So scheduling cheat days, especially if you're dieting or working out, is really important because your body needs a chance to relax. And you need a chance to relax because going after day after day after day can be very, very exhausting and you're gonna burn out. And we don't want that. We want you to be able to, keep with your goal. So my tip number 13, YouTube, I really want to get into it, but one thing that you can try is doing affirmations or reading devotionals, things like that, things that inspire you. Reading things like that can really help get you in that positive mindset to help you achieve whatever you're going to be doing. All right, before we get into tip number 14, please take a second to like this video if you have liked it, and then comment something nice or something that you've learned. Or if you have another goal writing tip or goal setting, something about New Year's resolutions that can help us, achieve ours, please make sure you comment down below. I would love to read those comments. And yeah, let's get into it. So tip number 14 would be get out of your comfort zone. So I feel like it comes up a lot, but really it's true. Make sure you're setting goals that help you get out of your comfort zone. That's when you achieve the best things. That's when you achieve things that really are inspirational and really cool, and things that are really amazing are done out of your comfort zone. So don't be afraid to do it. Getting out of your comfort zone and changing your habits. Fun fact, it takes average 17 days for habits that you change to really take into effect. To quit a habit or to start a good habit, things like that, it takes 17 days. So try to stick it out. Stick it out for 17 days and see how you're doing with it. It'll probably be a little bit easier, and I hope that you can, keep on working on it. Don't give up on yourself, but keep making those changes, make things happen, and make 2021 your year. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure, again, you like and subscribe. I hope to see you back again, and have a great day, guys.